What's up, guys? This is Behind the Dice back with another Star Wars Destiny video. And today we are on Fantasy Flight Games website and we're going to be looking at a new article they dropped with some more spoilers from their next set, Convergence. So let's kind of go down here and see what we've got. So right off the bat, we have a new Asajj Ventress. Really cool. I believe they'll probably be showing her down the page more. There'll be a link or something. So we'll look into her soon. We have Quarren Tracker. We also have Dengar and two new downgrades. We have Target Acquired and Mind Extraction. So let's kind of go down here and see what we've got. So we're going to start with Dengar here. He's a 10 health villain, yellow villain. Dengar Ruthless Tracker. He's a bounty hunter. He is 11 for 1 die, 14 for 2. His die side reads 1 range, 2 range, 1 melee, 1 disrupt, 1 resource, and a blank. And the character reads, after you activate this character, you may deal 1 damage to a character that has a bounty on it. So, alright, so really starting to make use of the downgrades here, especially the bounties. So, I mean, 10 health, the die size aren't great, but if you're able to pull off this bounty thing, a damage every time you activate them, could turn out to be really, really helpful. Just like how Rey was when she has shields, you just get that free damage when you roll her out. Really chipping away at other characters. Characters can turn out to be big. At first glance, when I look at him, he looks like he'll be more of a secondary character. Like, you'll probably pair him with a more powerful character with 15 or 16 elite, or 17 with a -1 plot. But he seems like one of those characters where he by himself on his die doesn't do a ton of damage. He has that 2 range, which is nice, but he doesn't do a ton of damage by himself. But each time you roll him out, just chipping away with that 1 damage, if there's a bounty on a character, that could turn out to be big, especially late game. And that brings me over to this card next to him, a support vehicle, Punishing One. It's a 2-cost yellow support. That's nice. Has a 1 range, 2 range, 2 indirect, a disrupt, and a resource, and a blank. It reads, after an opponent's character that has a bounty on it is defeated, you may ready this support. If you spot Dengar, you may activate this support. So, this support looks like it will be very, very good late game. If you're really able to pull off this whole bounty thing with Dengar, you defeat a character with a bounty, then you can ready the support and then active. Like, it feels like it can be very good late game. It's all a matter of being able to set everything up, getting a bounty on someone, doing all that stuff, being able to pull that off before Dengar dies, to really succeed at that. So, some nice synergy here. I like it. So let's kind of keep looking at what we have here. Here is a bounty, speaking of which, Enticing Reward. It's a 1-cost villain. After attached character is defeated, you may play an equipment or a weapon from your hand or discard pile for free. Very interesting. So, yeah, playing something for free is really big. But after they're defeated, I mean, the downgrade thing is a very interesting mechanic. Something I know I'm going to have to practice with a little bit just because it's so... Just trying to figure out new strategies for these things, because you have to be very strategic about how you play these downgrades. And that brings us to this link right here. Dengar's Fireblade. It's a villain, 3-cost yellow villain upgrade weapon. It is unique, and it has a 2 melee, a +4 melee, a 2 disrupt, 2 shields, a resource, and a blank. No redeploy, and it reads, after you play this upgrade, you may deal 1 damage to a character that has a bounty on it. Okay. And the power action reads, if this upgrade is on Dengar, turn one of his character dice to a side, showing a value of 1. So, again, more synergy with the bounty thing. I guess if you're running a Dengar deck, you're really, really committing to that. The power action is nice. Gives you some control over Dengar's die to, get some extra action, get some extra damage out of him. Dengar feels like he's going to be one of those paper cut guys where he's not going to totally destroy you. Like, if you just so happen to get the one melee with the +4 melee, like, you're extremely lucky and good for you. But, he's not always going to get the big play. But Dengar is going to really, really kind of poke at you and just slowly bring down the damage, which, has shown to be successful in some decks. So, cool. So here we have some blue downgrades. This first one here, Mind Extraction, a 2-cost blue villain downgrade. Cool art there. Attached character loses all of its non-special abilities. And the action, exhaust attached character to discard this downgrade. Only attached character's controller can use this action. So, at first glance, I feel like you have to be very, very strategic with this downgrade on who to play it on, when to play it, because if it's played on the wrong character, I feel like maybe its ability wouldn't be as good. But yeah, Mind Extraction looks like a very strategic card. Again, one of those things that if you pull it off, it could end up being really good. And we have another blue downgrade over here. Downgrade Intel, which is neutral, 0 cost. Secrets Laid Bare. After attached character is activated, reveal 3 random cards from its controller's hand. Pretty straightforward. Maybe this could be useful in some kind of mill deck or some kind of control deck or whatever. Pretty standard stuff here. We have a link for Asajj. Here it is. So the new Asajj Ventress, Swift and Cunning, blue villain, 12 health, is labeled a bounty hunter, 13 for 1 die, 16 for 2, not a bad point cost there. A 1 melee, a 2 melee, a 3 melee for a resource, a discard, a resource, and a blank. So not a bad die there for a 16 cost elite character. And she reads, after a character that has a downgrade on it takes damage from this die, you may discard a card from your hand to remove one of that character's character or upgrade dice. So they're just really going all in here on the downgrades, which I really, really like. So let's kind of read that again. After a character that has a downgrade on it takes damage from this die, you may discard a card from your hand to remove one of that character's character or upgrade dice. So it's after the character already takes damage. So cool, it has some control, some built-in mitigation there. I like that. This feels like kind of like almost like an opposite Kit Fisto almost. The die sizes are the same. There's a bit of control. You can limit damage almost by removing dice, especially if there's a bounty. So other character that has a downgrade on it takes damage from this die. So yeah, so not only are you dealing damage to the character, but you're getting their dice out of there. I really, really like that. That feels like it can be pretty good. 16 for Elite, so she can be paired with Snoke. She can be paired with Talzin. There's a couple cards she can be paired with. She might be able to be. I think she can be paired with a new Dooku. I do believe so. I like this a lot. I'm very excited to see where this card goes and what the pairings are going to be. 12 health for 16 Elite is really good. I really like that a lot. I like her design. Very cool. Very, very cool. Alright. So, we have Hampered. A downgrade injury. No more than one of attached characters' character dice can be resolved during each turn, and those dice cannot be modified. Wow. So wait, no more than one of attached characters' character dice can be resolved. Man, Hamper, that's that looks annoying. You can get that out. That looks pretty. Oh, it's right there. That looks pretty annoying. And we have an event spoiled. A gray neutral event, Unshackle. It's an ambush, and it reads, discard a downgrade from play. So, if you have a downgrade like Hampered on you, that's kind of causing you trouble, Unshackle looks like you can be, like, this card actually looks like it might be very, very useful, in this next set, especially when rotation happens, because looks like there's a lot of good downgrades coming out, and this could really, really help you, and it's an ambush. So I actually like this a lot. We might be seeing a lot of Unshackle in decks, especially if downgrades are a common thing, which it looks like they are. So that's the end of the article. So those have been some more Convergence spoils, by spoiled by Fantasy Flight Games on their website. So make sure you go to fantasyflightgames.com to check out these spoilers for yourself. And actually kind of read up on the article. I just kind of wanted to give you my initial reaction on these cards. So I'm very excited with where this set is going. The new downgrade mechanic looks very, very interesting. Some really neat cards have been spoiled. I like the star set stuff been spoiled. All of it. So very exciting. I can't wait for rotation to hit so that we can really dig into this kind of new way to play Destiny. I really like where it's going. So this has been Behind the Dice. This has been a sort of a little bit of a early thoughts and reaction and response video to these new spoilers. And I will see you on the next Star Wars Destiny video. Have a good one.